about this.
Don't care.
I will hit you in your throat for that.
Hello.
Hey.
So okay. I've been trying to get her to make this video with me for a long time. So today we're gonna do a story time. If y'all don't know, this is my sister, the Dizzle.
Oh, they know who I am. Y'all know who I am.
We're gonna talk about an incident that occurred in our past when we were children, and we refer to it as the green-eyed monster. So this is a real story. Like, nothing in the story is about to be made up. It's gonna sound ridiculous. Y'all are probably gonna laugh, but it's 100% true. Not exaggerated at all. And so you go ahead and start the story.
What? Why would I start it?
Because you're the one who woke me up. So
I mean,
that's the story.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We were sharing bunk beds, and we both was on the top bunk. I mean,
how old were we?
I was about to say I was probably like
Elementary
4,
school?
like 4.
You think you were 4?
Kayla, I feel like that's kind
Maybe
of
you were
old.
6 and I was 8.
It's something like that. We're gonna go with 6 and 8.
Okay, so we
Actually,
were about
maybe
6
5.
and 8 years old.
I'm gonna go with 5 because I got a late birthday. So if I was 5, you were still 8.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so we were 6 and 8, and we were sharing a bedroom and a bunk bed, and we were both sleeping on the top bunk.
Hey, I don't know. I was asleep. I don't know what woke me up. Honestly, I guess it's that feeling
That's a good question.
when you just feel something watching you. I'm a very light sleeper. Like if somebody touches the doorknob, I can hear the clink, and I'll pop up.
This your sixth sense, you mean? With someone like there was a presence?
Yeah,
she felt the presence of something.
I don't know. I
That's
felt something
disgusting.
that is scary. and I looked up, and all I saw was the bedroom door. You know, you sleep with that closed.
This is interesting because I don't think we've talked about this like this since it happened, since like the next day when we were talking about what happened. But I don't think I've ever heard your side of the story. Like, what was it like to be up and see that when you first saw it? Did you have to like rub your eyes type thing? Like,
you know what? Look, okay, so now, no, for real. So I felt something, so I popped up, and I was sitting there, and I looked at our door. I looked at where the presence was coming from. I looked at the bedroom door, and I was like facing it like this. So when I looked up, I was looking kind of diagonal, and I saw the door was kind of cracked open, maybe like that much, you would say. It was like
this
that much
cracked out, young.
It was cracked open, and all you see is 2 green dots, just like I don't even know like how high up. It must have been.
I feel like if it was a person, it would be close to like 6 foot.
I was gonna say between 5'5" and 6 foot, and it was just 2 green dots, and I was just sitting there staring at it, and I was like, what is that? So I kind of closed my eyes, like, I don't know, you know how kids do in movies, like, and open their eyes back up, but I didn't put my hands over. I just like closed my eyes and I opened it, and the thing was still there. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What the heck is this thing? So I started shaking Kayla up, and I was shaking her leg, and I was like, Kayla, you know, not trying to be too loud. I was waking her up. Kayla, and then she finally and got up. And I guess I must have just like pointed to the door or something. I don't know.
No, I feel like I was probably kind of like, like, what do you want? Because she was a scaredy cat. When we were younger, she was scared. She is a scaredy cat. She was scared of a lot of things. So I feel like back then she was trying to wake me up, and I was probably like not taking it seriously. So she was probably shaking my leg, and I was probably just like, what do you want type thing, without opening my eyes or looking up. And then I think she said something like, there's someone looking at her. So like, there's, and she was like, there's something right there or something. So I looked at, like, it was serious. So I sat up. Okay.
I popped up and saw it in the doorway like this, and I was like, Kayla, and I kept my eyes on it and was shaking your legs.
Hey, this story is scary. This story is actually so scary. I'm not kidding. Like, do you feel the way I feel about this?
I'm feeling a little like, okay, well, what was it? What is it?
Yeah, because now that I'm older, it bothers the F out of me. Because, okay, let's just finish, because it's Okay, so she wakes me up. She says there's something there. So I look up.
I probably said, Kayla, look.
And I sit up and I look, and there are two eyes. Like she said, it's like, I would say about a 6 foot tall person, and they're just kind of hovering there. Just like, there's two eyes just sitting there. Pitch black in the room,
Pitch
no nightlight.
black in the house. You couldn't see in that hallway.
Yeah, like staring out into a dark hallway, all you could see were green eyes. And I'm like, yo. And so at this point, we're kind of scared. So we just stop. And then she's panicking. I'm like, shh. Like, be quiet, you know? Okay. I'm like, yo, shut up.
I want mom.
No. So what did we do? Is that when we started yelling and we were like, I was like, Mom.
I remember you coming to the side. We were both like this, like literally like this,
watching
looking at it, and the door was like starting to slowly open.
Oh my god!
The bedroom door was slow. Like if it was like this, it was like creeping open.
We were just kind of trying to figure out like, what is that? Because I feel like I remember thinking like, is that one of Dad's friends? I remember when I first woke up and saw the eyes, I was like, yo, one of my dad's friends is in our house. It sounds kind of weird because you don't really know the backstory of our life, but like I thought one of my dad's friends was in our house and was standing in the doorway staring at us. But I was like, these are some floating green eyes, and this is obviously not a human, I guess. Yo, this is really weird. Oh my god! I keep wanting to like jump, but we're not.
Area 51.
Stop! It's not funny. It's hot. Okay, so we were actually discussing it this morning, and we realized we made a mistake. It wasn't that we started yelling and then the eyes started coming forward. We were looking at the eyes standing in the doorway for a little bit, and then after a few moments of silence, then the eyes started creeping forward slowly, and that freaked us out. And then I started calling for Mom, and she kind of started whimpering, and that's when the eyes stopped. So we started making noise, and then the eyes stopped, and it kind of seemed to us like maybe we had freaked it out, and that set us in a different, or me personally, that set us in a different little level of fear. Okay, and so that's where we are with the story. But we started, I was like, Mom, because our mother's room was right above our room. Our brother's room was not even 15 feet down the hall. There was a bathroom in between in our brother's room. So we start saying like, Mom, and we're trying to wake my mom up, hoping she can hear us. So at some point, I think we just...
No, you was like, close your eyes, and we're going to open them again.
I don't think I said that.
Yes, you did. Yes,
I think we just kind of got to a point on like a cartoon when people get so scared and they just like hug each other and like screaming. And this is why I was like, maybe we should discuss the story before we talk about it, because I don't remember everything so clearly. Okay. So at some point, we're not quite sure exactly what happened in between the time we stopped yelling and when we started
I swear on, you know my memory is good.
I don't know when I would have said that. Like, let's close our eyes.
No, I feel like you probably were just like, okay, close your eyes really quick. Can you calm down? You were like, just close your eyes really quick.
If you think I'm sleeping in a room by myself tonight, I'm not. So, just so you know, I'm not. I'm sleeping right where you are.
Ew. Anyway.
Like I'm telling you, I don't know exactly what happened, but I definitely don't. That doesn't even sound like something I would do.
Kayla, let's
take our eyes off of... Even back then, why would I say let's take our eyes off of... I feel like the only thing that could make me do that was fear. Not me planning to take my eyes off of something that could potentially cause me harm.
If you're a kid, you're not thinking that logical.
I think I would be thinking that logically.
But like, you're thinking that now, but an 8-year-old wouldn't be like, if I take this off, it's going to come in here and kill me. Like, a kid is just
I also wouldn't be like, if I take my eyes off. No, I don't think I've ever been in that kind of, that doesn't sound right to me. It just doesn't. Like, I'm not that much of a different person from when I was younger. I've really not changed that much.
Kayla, what?
I'm
not your personality-wise, but your mentality's different because you're like, mature now and you know things.
I've always been mature, baby. That's the real good tea.
We're not about to do this on this camera.
The real good tea. Yeah, we're not quite sure. She thinks I said close your eyes. I don't think I said that. I think it would have been more like, you were probably just kind of like, Kayla, I'm scared. And I was probably like, me too at this point. And we were just like, kind of like, started hugging each other and screaming. And we were just like,
well, we would have been sitting there for so long doing that.
No, we weren't. I think it was just for like 5 seconds or so. Like, I'm pretty sure we were screaming and just like yelling for my mom at that point.
I don't think we were yelling like you're making it seem like, Mom, help! Like,
not that yelling. Like wailing, like we're crying.
I think somebody would have woke up from that.
That's been my whole thing all these years. Why did nobody come to us though? It's not like I was just like today, like, oh, we may have been screaming. I've been thinking all these years, why did nobody ever come? That's why earlier when we were talking about it, I was like, why did the boys not hear us from the other room?
I don't think we were crying that loud. I think it was more like,
I don't think we were yelling at the top of our lungs, but we were definitely crying for Mom.
We were crying.
I feel like if anything, you were maybe doing like that, and I was probably holding you and be like, calling Mom. I definitely remember calling for Mom because I was like, we need to yell so she can hear us. We need somebody to come down here.
So my mom can get slayed.
Look, well, so yeah, after some time we opened our eyes and it was just gone. It was just gone. It was just gone. And so,
let me tell y'all this, I booked it. I said, Kayla, I'm going upstairs to Mom. She was like,
she was terrified and she said she was going upstairs.
I was saying, Kayla, come upstairs.
She was like, let's go upstairs. And I said, no. I said, you think I'm about to get out of this bed and walk out into the hallway to where obviously it just went? If it's not in here,
you don't know where it could have been under the bottom bunk.
No, I didn't know, but I wasn't about to get up out of the bed to potentially go toward it. We just finally got rid of it. Why would I run toward it? Because logically, if it ain't in here and it was just right here, it's out there in the hallway again.
You didn't know if it was in that room.
I didn't, but I knew it wasn't in my eyesight. So she said, let's go upstairs. I said, no, you're tripping. So she was like, okay. And I was like, yo, is she really about to do this? She really jumped down out of the bunk bed and ran upstairs.
Look, the stairs said, that's how quick I went up the steps. You heard 3 steps.
What happened after that?
I jumped in the bed.
Did you talk to Mom at all?
I did not talk to Mom. I jumped in that bed and was sleep. No, seriously, I don't remember. I wasn't crying or nothing. I just jumped in the bed right in the middle in between Mom and Dad, and I was knocked.
But I cannot believe I really just sat there. We're not at that point yet, but I really just sat there in the room and I was like, I couldn't believe she left me. But I couldn't believe she had the balls to jump down and go into that hallway just to get up steps to go up. I was not
Let me tell you, that's how my mother do not play. I'd rather die with my mother than with her.
To be honest, to this day, I still be thinking about it. I don't know whose situation was worse. Like, I really, even to this day, I cannot believe as afraid of everything as you are. I guess your attachment to Mom was just that much stronger than your fear. Because when I tell y'all she really is a fraidy cat, she really is. I cannot believe you really got down and ran out.
Because I believe in my speed. When I tell you I was in the hall.
What speed? You could have jumped down and speed racing right into his back or whatever. Well, you could have bumped into him. What speed got to do with anything?
Well, let me tell you this. I made it upstairs and I made it up there in about 3 to 5 seconds.
It's hot. I'm scared. This is very freaky. So yeah, I don't know how long it was before I finally stopped staring out into the, because I was just like, well, I got to keep my eye on it. I didn't get up to close the door. I didn't do anything. I just sat crisscrossed in the bed for a little bit and stared out the door wondering, was it smart of me to stay in that room by myself?
You would have slowed me down, baby.
Girl, bye. Was it smart for me to stay there? Is it coming back? What was it? Should I just go to bed? But I feel like at some point, you know, you're so tired, you just fall asleep. So that's what happened. And then the next morning, we discussed. Of course, nobody took us seriously, but me and Diah were like, y'all, last night, something was in our room.
Everybody thought we had like the same dream.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
No, I'm saying yes, but I'm saying no.
Oh.
That's not what happened. I know what a dream was, and I know.
How could it have been a dream if I booked it up them steps and I was physically in another bed?
No. No, they didn't believe us. They were saying we both went to sleep and had similar dreams that night, but we were like, no, y'all. We're trying to tell y'all something was in our room last night. Something was in the hallway looking at us. It had green eyes. It was tall, and we don't know what it was, and it disappeared. And nobody really took us seriously. They were just kind of laughing. And we would bring it up every once in a while over the past like 10 years. So, however long it's been. But, yeah, we still to this day, of course, obviously, we don't know what it was. And that's why it's just so crazy to me because what was it? What was it? Like, we could have been killed that night by God knows what.
More like suddenly disappeared. Like, we could be abducted.
Okay, like that. Nah, it's a freaky story. And she was embarrassed to say, and I was like, why? This is a very interesting story to me because I swear to God, we're not lying. So why wouldn't this be an interesting story? Because this really happened.
She doing it for the clout.
So we woke up and we were like, okay, were we tripping? And we were like, no, because as we were telling the story, everything was the same.
The same thing,
It was just matching up, and we were like, okay, no, y'all don't have to believe us. I'm just letting you know that something was in the house. I don't know what I saw that night, and that defeats all logic that I could possibly try to explain that situation. Well, I don't know what that was, and I don't know that it could not happen again. So I am still afraid of it.
Now, why would you say that?
That's the same thing as you saying you don't sleep with a door open because it could happen again. So how you gonna get upset that I say that when that's basically what you're saying when you refuse to close the door? Now,
Area 51.
I'm not doing any more collab videos with you. Just so you know.
Oh, good job. I think I'm getting delirious because I'm starting to get scared. This is the first time I said, okay, this is a little scary.
It is because the older I get, the probably more freaked out I get because I really, the more experience I feel like you get in life, the more you're supposed to know things and the more you're supposed to be able to explain things that, you know, when you were younger, you couldn't explain and you didn't understand. I still don't understand. Like, I just don't know. Like, to this day, nobody believes us. To this day, nobody takes us seriously. But at the same time, we don't talk about it that much, like I said. But we both know what happened. I know what happened. That's all that matters.
And now you know what happened.
Ooh, this is as whack as Donald Trump's tweet today.
I don't have a Twitter.
Right.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram.
Please don't. No more videos with you. Bye.
Oh, it's out of focus.
Back up, so I forgot to say something. Be sure to like and subscribe. You know, all that jazz that the other YouTubers say at the end of the video. If you enjoyed the story, I would really, really, really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. Also, if you speak another language, can you all do me a favor and help me out?
Translate.
Adding subtitles to this.
Okay.
Adding subtitles to this video. Ideally, I would like to have, like, I don't know if I have viewers that speak all those languages. But if you do and you don't mind, thank you. I love you. And good night.
Good night.
I'm about to be